When you're armed with the knowledge to mess with other people's code, you can make stuff that is just plain wild. And that's why today, gameranx wants to show you the top 15 crazy mods of 2015. Number 15, the Fallout 4 Immersive Facial Expressions mod. Now I know you, like just about everybody else who's played Fallout 4, has said, yeah, the facial expressions leave something to be desired. So somebody going by the name Fancy Pants decided, hey, let's fuck it up much worse.
Go away.
How'd a girl like me ever get so lucky, huh?
Because it's not better, but it is better. I mean, they look ridiculous, but it's so much more fun.
I've got Sean. Let's go.
I mean, how can you argue with that? They've got real personality now. Number 14, Hearts of Card. If you're anything like me, when you played The Witcher 3, you loved Gwent. But it didn't really affect what I was doing in the game, other than to be able to get more Gwent cards. So some genius decided to make a mod where Gwent was actually the battle system for Witcher 3. When you slash an enemy, it enters into a Gwent match, and depending on the group of enemies that you're fighting's collective level, that's how difficult the hand is that you're going up against. Like, it completely transforms Witcher, and it's actually freaking sweet. Number 13, have you ever wondered what it would like to be able to be the Hulk in a Grand Theft Auto game? Well, now you can. You can jump like a maniac, throw very heavy things, and cause massive amounts of destruction, which I would highly recommend doing now. That's my secret cap. I'm always modding. Number 12, I don't even have a lot to say about this one. It's called Grand Theft Auto 5 Cars as Bullets mod. It is exactly what it says it is, and I have nothing disparaging to say about a mod like this. It is wonderful. However, I don't have much else to say about it, period. Number 11, any weapon, any mod for Fallout 4. Now, you know how weapons only accept certain mods and definitely a limited amount of them? This basically changes that. Now you can make basically whatever you want out of whatever you want. And I've seen a ton of weird things that people have made from this, including a minigun that shoots nukes. Yeah. Number 10, Dark Souls Philosopher of the First Meme. That's the name of the mod, and it's terrifying. Basically, if Picasso and From Software got together, smoked a lot of weed, and spent 5 or 6 days doing nothing but browsing Know Your Meme, and then decided that Dark Souls 2 needed a reskin. That's the best way to describe what has happened here. Thank you so much, Crisis18Z, for developing this monstrosity. Number 9, Parry Toon is basically Splatoon in Skyrim. Now, I don't know what's funnier about this mod, whether it's seeing the big squirt gun in Skyrim or seeing somebody playing Splatoon in Skyrim while everybody else in Skyrim is playing Skyrim. They're all trying to murder you as you're sitting there spraying them down with paint going, I am a kid and a squid. Number 8, play as Alfred in Batman Arkham Knight. That's right, have you ever wanted to be a butler but didn't really want to give up street fighting for the butler lifestyle? We all know what kind of a big street fighter you are. Now there's a mod that accommodates all of your wants and desires and lets you walk around and beat people up in Gotham City. I mean, they're trying to beat you up, so it makes sense. Although why they go after the butler walking around, I don't know. It seems like that guy doesn't really have a lot. Basically a servant. Number 7, Splatoon for Team Fortress 2. This mod is completely self-explanatory. And while the graphics are a bit rudimentary compared to the Wii U version, the game itself is quite fun. But I suppose that's kind of to be expected when you adapt Splatoon, a fun game, to Team Fortress 2, another fun game. Number 6, have you ever wanted to play as the bosses in some game you like? How about for Dark Souls, where the bosses are literally the worst? Or, if you're playing as them, literally the best. This mod lets you do just that. And what's shown off so far has basically been in the boss arena you can play as a boss versus a boss, which is cool. The mod's still very early and is still being developed, but that's cool as hell. Number 5, being Splatoon is such a great idea and it's also a Nintendo console exclusive, a lot of people have made mods to play it in other games. Minecraft, basically the modding paradise, is no exception. On top of that, the Splatoon Minecraft mod has the charm of Minecraft, which you're not going to get in any other attempt at replication of the gameplay in Splatoon. What I don't get is why they didn't call it Splatcraft. That just seems like the right name for it. They called it Splatoon Minecraft mod. Number 4, Sure. So how big a fan of Waterworld are you? You know, the Kevin Costner movie where the entire world is covered in water because the polar ice caps melted because we wouldn't listen to people who say that that's gonna happen, despite them being the vast majority of scientists and academics. That movie. Kevin Costner's also the fish in that movie, so it's pretty good, and I can understand why you're a big fan of that movie. Anyway, Los Santos is pretty cool underwater. And what's neat is you can kind of swim around, you can do stuff manually, or you can get in a sub and pilot it around and generally look at things through the eyes of a fish man who built a baseball field underwater so fish ghosts could play baseball there. Actually, I think I may have started making things up because Waterworld is really long and boring. Number 3, Amnesia Pokemon furniture. Okay, let's say you really like Pokemon and Amnesia, both pretty wildly different games. What if you could have the best of both worlds? Pokemon's monster evolution and battling mechanics, and Amnesia's furniture. That's right, chairs, couches, tables, skies. Well, I guess there's a limit that is much lower than the sky, but still, it's really bizarre, but it's actually a lot of fun. Number 2, so this isn't just a cool mod, this is going to impress the shit out of you. Somebody took StarCraft 2 and made it into a third-person arena shooter. Like, if you can imagine if StarCraft became kind of a Gears of War esports hybrid, with all of the coolness of StarCraft's models and world, with some pretty mind-blowingly cool mechanics that really were not even conceived of by the developers while creating StarCraft. This is not something that I think a lot of people would think of, let alone do. And it becomes obvious from the first time you're gonna boot it up that this is big. I mean, I'm not knocking console gaming, but really, can you do something like this on there? No, you cannot. This is just mind-blowing. And finally, number 1, Insta-Doom, which sounds like a very difficult version of Doom, but you would be wrong if you made that assumption because it's not. Insta-Doom is actually a selfie stick for Doom. You can run around and make poses with Doom monsters and add 15 Instagram filters to your selfies in Doom. I honestly have no idea what made somebody come up with this, but it's brilliant. It is the most wonderful thing that somebody could go, what's the dumbest thing I could think of to put into Doom? It's beautiful. And this is what modding is about right here, folks. Something that's truly just more fun than anything else you could think of. And something that the original developer would never do. So all that in mind, leave a comment on your favorite mod from this year. Even if we didn't include it on this list, make sure we know what it is. Also, don't forget to click the like button. It helps us a lot. And if you're not subscribed already, now is a great time to do so. We upload new videos every single day of the week, and the best way to see them first is a subscription. Now, as always, we thank you very much for watching this video, and we will see you next time right here on gameranx.